I'm Dara Jenkins. I'm a nurse educator, and I'm also a therapeutic riding instructor. And this is Cash, and that's Junior, and there's McGee and Cue Ball. It's called LEAD because it's leading equine-assisted development. Our vision is healing people through horses. One of the ways we want to do that is provide counseling and equine therapy to the community. We want to really reach out to those with physical, emotional, cognitive needs. I am working with all the children and adults with horsemanship and therapeutic riding. And our psychologist, Gina Langley, she's working with them with counseling.
I'm Dr. Gina Langley. I'm a school psychologist. Been a psychologist since 1990, working with the schools. Been working with horses since 1990. My first degree was in veterinary science.
One of the really amazing things we have the opportunity to do is to combine the two in one session. Gina works with the child or the adult, and then after she talks to them for a little bit, I talk with them about horses, horse safety, and horsemanship, and we teach them how to groom and tack and saddle a horse. And then once they're ready, we teach them how to ride. And that's the cool part. When you get to see kids, especially kids with anxiety or ADHD, a lot of them are really nervous to get on a horse. They might even be afraid of the horse. And to see them go from being really nervous and scared to being on a horse and smiling, that's what it's all about.
A horse or an animal can't communicate verbally, so everything is based on specific small movements, body movement, gestures, body language, of course. So kids with some of those basic needs has to use those instincts that he or she probably didn't even know they had.
It's just being near horses is very soothing and calming for them, and it gives them that connection with an animal. I like to talk about the horse-human connection and how powerful that is.
My name is Katrina Sines, and my son Samson is here today at Lead Therapy. So we've tried just counseling services where he worked with a psychiatrist for a few sessions. And in those sessions I was present, and I could tell it took him a while to relax and really open up and to notice a difference even in his body language. Comparing those sessions to just one session with Lead Therapy, the amount of excitement and happiness he shared from his first experience was just so exciting.
There's been a lot of research linking improved outcomes to patients who are in physical therapy. It really helps with their balance and coordination.
My name is Bryce Bordier. I'm 20 years old from El Paso, Texas. I get my therapy by being on a horse. I think LEAD is a great organization because it's bringing people to horses, and that's one of my favorite combinations of this world.
While I was in nursing school, was able to be a part of a therapeutic riding program. And right away, I just knew there was something special about horses and kids and how that really helps heal not just the kid, but the adult, the whole family.
And just as important it is for the parents to have at least an outlet as well. We're trying to have an alternative here, at least a positive alternative, and allow that child to actually brainstorm, think for themselves, and typically we're surprised of how well they can do when given the opportunity.
One 13-year-old with cerebral palsy who was all twisted up in his wheelchair. He kept pointing and wanting to get up on my tall thoroughbred. One week we took him down and lifted him onto the horse, and when he got onto the horse, he yelled, "Run, Coy!" which he had never used language before. And so, you know, the mama was crying, we were all crying, and it just changed the whole plan for him because we had no idea he had language.
So what did he yell?
Ride 'em, cowboy, but he'd never used words before, and so it was more the intonation that we could tell that he was yelling, "Ride 'em, cowboy." Isn't that something when you stop and think that for 13 years he had all this going on in his head? That's why everybody was in tears for ages. Had all this going on in his head and had no way that he realized that he could get any expressiveness out until he got on the horse, and then he couldn't help but express himself.